no other color information there once it does that. And you could see some of that, actually, in the older woman in the laundry. Her face was totally magenta. That's a typical thing.
Did you, I mean, you have you've said it publicly that, looking back isn't your way. You like to look forward and, you don't see your films again. What was it like for you actually entering into this restoration process with the films?
Well, I didn't watch the whole movie. And I'm not going to watch it tonight either. I'll leave that to you. Yeah, it was really establishing the tone of it, and certainly I look at my old films as artifacts of their time, and just to answer to speak to that the question that was asked, I particularly don't find charming the stretching of the sprocket holes and the scratching of my film. That to me is not charming. However, I would not ever alter, effects that were not so good, or lighting that was not so good, or acting that was not so good, or directing that was not so good, in fact, because I feel that it was of its time, and that's what I would want from a restoration, would be exactly that. So the George Lucas approach of rejiggering every time there's a new technological advance to change everything in your movie, not my approach. So what you're going to see is the real deal.
And do you feel, like as Patrick was saying, that now it's in a condition that you'll be happy to have it shown exactly like that for the future?
Yeah, I mean, this is the movie, and this is pretty much, I mean, it's going to look pretty much the way it would look. I have to say, as a kid filmmaker experiencing all this for the first time, I was quite shocked at how bad the release prints were. In other words, it's hard to understand if you haven't ever dealt with this, but you got the negative, and then from that you make what we call an answer print. I mean, actually, there's an intermediate as well. But it's a really beautiful print that comes basically right from the negative. And that's what you do all your color timing. You make sure the contrast is, it's like adjusting the contrast on your TV set, is the black level, or the color shift and all of that. And then from that, you make duplicate negatives, and from those you make prints, your release prints. And when I saw my first release prints, I was horrified, because they were so much grainier, because it's the further away from the negative the element is, the print is, the worse it looks. All of the beautiful dark black shadows turned green, and so on and so on. These would be the charming release prints that were in the cinema, but it wasn't the way the movie was supposed to look, and it was just the way the technology was. Eventually, release prints got better and better, and the intermediate elements got better and better, to the point where you could actually say that a release print was very, very close to what an answer print, that is, that pristine print that came right off the negative, would be. So it did get better. But for a long time it was horrible, and that's really why I love digital, because though there are many things that can go wrong with digital as well, in terms of the way people adjust their projectors and so on, but the good thing is that no matter how many times it's shown, it won't change. That's the crucial thing.
I mean, I was going to